Hey team, Oska here. You're listening to Run Spesh, our weekly running specialty podcast brought to you by the Frontrunner Colombo. We're here to keep you informed on all the latest in our sport, our own training updates, and an in-depth look at the newest footwear entering the market. Consider this a slightly chaotic, banter-filled hour designed to keep you company during one of your runs. As New Zealand's running specialty destination, Frontrunner Colombo is here for every runner. Whether you need technical advice, nutrition tips, or a quick pep talk, our philosophy is simple. No runner left behind. Myself, Tom, Anna, and Maya appreciate you joining us and enjoy the app. Hey, it's Oska from the Frontrunner Colombo.
And Tom from Frontrunner Colombo.
And Anna from the Frontrunner Colombo.
And you are listening to Run Spesh, our weekly running specialty podcast where we eventually talk about running and running shoes, but in the first 50 minutes it tends to be a whole bunch of stuff.
5-0 or 1-5?
5-0, I reckon. Yeah. The whole point of this is we keep you company during one of your runs, or as one of our good friends, the 4-hour trip from Brisbane to the Gold Coast.
Shout out, Ben.
Shout out, Ben. I don't know how I feel about that, but hey, fair play. If you want
Yeah, he loved it.
me and Tom's sweet tones,
He gets to listen to us in the shop and in his ears on a plane now.
lucky him. And his larder, he's not lucky. After 10
Did you
minutes.
like when I talked to you through the door of the massage room today?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were on the clock, so
Well,
it
there's
was
no,
fair game.
There's no glory hole to talk through. So.
I was just going to say you walked straight into that one, Anna.
Yeah, I probably did.
I accept that.
Yeah.
So winter's decided to turn up. I've worn my gloves 3 days in a row now.
Yeah.
I've lost my gloves,
Not fun.
so I've been getting a bit cold on the way to work.
Some chilblains.
Yeah.
I get that. What's that?
Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynards. My hands are just.
Welcome to the club.
A guy came in the other day and English wasn't his first language, and he was saying to JC, he's like, "Oh, I get blue fingers when I'm running. I need new socks." And we were like, "Oh."
French or something.
I was like, socks probably won't help with Reynards. And he's like, I'll show you. And he took off his shoes and he's like, just bruised toenails.
Oh.
Yeah. And Jason's like, yeah, socks definitely won't help with that, mate.
You need a bigger shoe.
So that does mean as winter turns up, it means that some racing starts to happen. I'm racing this weekend.
He sure is.
And I'm being held together by tape, glue, and goodwill. 5 of us are heading over to
Launceston.
Launceston. For those people that haven't been to Launceston, it's a lot like Dunedin in lots of ways.
That's funny because when I went to Devonport, which is another one of the major towns, cities, we did define that a few weeks ago, but I can't remember, in Tasmania. It was a lot like Oamaru. So,
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. What's that? Like Scottish kind
Couple
of.
hours down the road.
Let's be fair, there's a whole bunch of ships rolled into those places and just took over.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go colonialism.
Oh.
Yeah. Jump scare. No, so there's myself, Connor Melton, William Little, Christopher Dryden, and Toanga Mbapo, who I think he's running the 10K. He's running the 10K.
Yeah.
So we got an amazing Kiwi contingent. Anna just dropped the paper if you're not watching on YouTube. She's looking at me like she might just ruffle the microphone to bend all the way down there and get it. 20 men have run under 65 minutes. So buckle up, sweet cheeks, and hang the fuck on. Get the Velcro out. The lasso.
And so what shoes have you decided to wear, Oscar?
Great question, Anna. So for those people that are new to listening to us, I'm sorry that you're here listening to us. I feel like every week we should do a bit more of an intro so they know what they get themselves in for.
It's all right. They got 100 and something episodes to go back and
Just if you're
Listen
going
to
back,
it.
maybe like skip the first 20.
Yeah,
I'd say.
2025. Nah, you got to go back and
No,
watch
the
one.
OGs.
You got to go back and watch one. I've been battling a little bit of a sciatica and a high-end hamstring tendinopathy in my right leg, which has meant that slight change in gait has stirred up my dodgy peroneal tendon. So I've been struggling with racing shoes and the stiffness of them and the firmness of that kind of frontal plane and how I toe off. Basically, it feels like someone's poking the side of my tibant with with a needle.
So for people who like maybe don't know, whereabouts is that?
Outside of my ankle, it's
Outside of
fucking
your ankle.
sore.
Yeah. Yeah. In
Just say
layman's
that.
terms.
Outside
Yeah.
of my ankle has been quite sore. And that's not unusual for me. Like I could probably battled that for the last sort of 4 or 5 years, but the stiff, firm carbon racing shoes are just making it quite worse. So I let Tom make the call. So if all goes wrong, I've got someone to blame. I think sometimes you have to remove yourself from the decision because I know too much. I was supposed to be racing in a pair of Puma Fast-Rs, but the extended toe spring is just really, really winding up my ankle and hamstring at the moment. And I think it's the fastest shoe when I'm healthy. And not that I'm not healthy, because I think everyone who cares about doing an event is probably carrying something like into an event. That's just part of training at the level we train at. But like it, I've settled on the ASICS MetaSpeed Ray.
Yeah.
Now that's risky.
I think, yeah. In a different race course, it's a lot riskier.
Yep.
But Launceston is laid out in a way where limited corners, which is probably the risk factor with the Ray because it is soft and not as stable as some of the other shoes. But since you're running in straight lines and don't have many 180s or whatever, I think the design and the geometry behind the shoe should help keep some pain at bay for longer into the race.
And you're right. For me, it's like that. How long can you not have to mentally think about acute soreness? Like you're racing half a marathon, you're running at your threshold for an hour, it's going to fucking hurt. It always fucking hurts.
Yeah.
But it's like, can you avoid that acute feeling of pain, distraction?
And the more I think about it, the more I'm confident in the choice because I went back and watched Conjalcha and Sarway
I know you were doing that.
run in that 97 gram Adidas Evo Pro Evo Elite 3, whatever it is. And that has less structural integrity than the Ray.
Oh, yeah.
So there has to be some merit behind the super lightweight, super malleable like foam being able to carry you longer into the race.
Yep.
Because one, that's the first time they've ever worn that shoe. And both of those men obviously had insane races and they felt insane at 36K.
Yep.
Which doesn't normally happen. And I definitely think that part of that comes down to how much less impact there is on the body with that foam when it compresses like over half its size.
And we know, that's a good point. And we also know that the only true thing that we can measure as a performance gain is the weight of the shoe. Yeah. And so I guess to a point, like if your body can cope. Yeah. And what I did, so I did 4K on Monday in the Ray, thinking, look, if I don't pull up sore afterwards or the next day, because we know with tendons it's kind of 24 hours later, right? Yeah. 24 hours, 48 hours later. If I don't pull up sore or any sorer than I was, I'll just risk it. And I probably had it was only 4, so that's not really the measure of, I guess, fitness, because for us we can bluff our way through K reps, but that was the best Ks I've run in the whole block. Being all under 3-minute Ks, all on short 90-second rest. Yeah. And I think so some of the other shoes allow you to be lazy. Yeah. And they do that first initial when you hit the ground. Yeah. And you aren't, maybe your glutes aren't firing. Yeah. The shoe will make up for that initial little kind of millisecond of your body not doing what it should. Mm-hmm. You cannot do that in the Ray. So your body has to be on all the time. And you've got to be hitting in that sweet spot. The good thing for me is I fit a genuine 9. Yeah. I'm not in between. Sometimes I find with the racing shoes that are too short, I still don't sit in the right plate position. Mm-hmm. It does feel a little bit weird not having plate underneath the heel. Mm-hmm. It took me a second to figure out where the shoe wanted me to land. Yeah. But the way the plate shaped to the lateral side, with longer on the medial, short on the lateral, and I land quite on the outside of the shoe, so it was perfect. Like once I've already compressed the foam. Yeah. There's lines on it. It's a one and done. Yeah. Which is crazy, but look, I think I'm at the point now where it has been challenging. I'm just going to have a fucking good time. Yeah. And
just got to roll the dice.
Yeah, and then hopefully when I get to 45 minutes, I've got 6K left.
Still feeling decent.
Yeah. But I leave tomorrow for Melbourne and spend the night with Macca Dewar, who's just come back from Tokyo.
Oh, good.
Catch up with him, which would be nice. We were thinking about recording an episode of the podcast on Sunday night, me and him.
Oh, that'll be funny.
Around Global Running Day.
True.
And his adventures working for Tempo Journal in the last, it's been 2 years now.
He's
or
been
18
doing
months.
some cool stuff.
So we thought, fuck, we could record a special ep around Global Running Day and all the things that he's witnessed and like the run culture. I don't like that.
He's been doing some crazy things.
The running zeitgeist. There you go.
Zeitgeist.
It's just like the general vibe of the society, basically.
As long as he doesn't make me run around a skateboard track like Adidas and Satisfy. Collab, that was weird to watch.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
I looked that up.
It's giving like hobby horsing. Do you know what that is?
No.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And let's not go there.
No, okay, all right.
It's like those people that like
Wooden horses.
they have like the pole with a fake horse head on the end, and they like pretend to like
Run
around like
ride
they're on a horse.
It's just like a broomstick with
Yeah.
fucking...
Fuck.
Okay,
So that's
I shouldn't say
kinda-
that, but
So that's what it kind of sounds like if they're running around a skate track.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
don't know.
like it would, and it's really odd. Like you find the pictures. So basically, what it was is Satisfy, who's the top, whatever, the most expensive kind of niche clothing brand, did a thing with Adidas, and then they got all these influencers and like marketing people together.
Yeah.
Put a punk rock band on in the middle of a like a skate pump track, and then got them to run around it for 25 minutes, like
Sometimes
a mosh pit.
just doing too much. Yeah.
That sounds so stupid.
Can you imagine if, I mean, let's be fair, I come in the door sometimes and like, this is a fucking great idea, and you guys look at me like,
And we're like, let's
nah.
workshop it.
Yeah, nah, bro. Like,
We'll come back to that.
we'll come back to that. Imagine walking into a room and like 6 people being like, oh, this is good, we're going to get it. And because there's like, not banging on Satisfy, but they have a certain look, right? And it's like,
You are talking about it.
I am. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like
that's marketing 101.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like a whole bunch of like kind of tattooed dudes in crop tops. Shaking
holes
holding
in there.
hands. No.
running into crash mats. If you haven't seen that, it would look pretty good, look pretty funny. Yes, we are talking about it, so that's just what it is. I don't know where that train of thought was going. Well, I don't know what I was talking about. So
How did we get there? Oh, Mac Dewar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So not that he was there. So we might record a special ep and catch up with Macca because he's been on twice before. We haven't talked to him for 12 months. Normally he's ringing me for doing
Ideas.
and interviews. So
Come run a loop around the Satisfy X Adidas circle pit with me.
it's almost as bad as Adidas's energy room. I've had some great ideas about launching Pro 5. We hash it out on the podcast. Get some listener feedback. It's weird, eh?
Yeah.
Do you know the hybrid theory building down by the bridge here in Sydenham? They've been putting a market. Did you see that, Anna? They've been putting a market inside that big old hybrid theory where the gym used to be. There's like a nighttime market. So
That's cool.
that could be our warehouse with a night market going on. And then you
Can you run out both ends of it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Someone's just trying to like have dinner and there's just
Yeah.
people like running through.
Uh,
I'll be like, oh my God.
Look,
That's
so
so
like I said-
attention seeking.
well, aren't we?
Yeah, sorry. Look, I'm talking to
Three of us are sitting here talking to ourselves in the hope someone listens to it.
Yeah, that is attention seeking by definition.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, even though we've had Grammar Meyer on our case this week.
Grandma Meyer is just on a roll pretty much every week. I think she has a new word for
Grammar. There you go.
Grammar.
new word for Bailey every Saturday or something that he has to figure out what the hell it means.
And then incorporate it into the sales process.
Yeah.
So if you come in and you get sued by Bailey and he's saying some weird shit, it's not his fault.
Yeah.
He's. I was going
This is a
to
safe
say he's
space.
been coerced into it, but this probably doesn't sound quite right.
I don't think anything we say sounds quite right. Because
I was pretty proud of zeitgeist before, can I just say?
yeah, you did well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did
you.
really well.
Thank you.
Anyway, so yes, I'm racing this week. Going to be in Melbourne, and then you and Anna and Sam. I say you as people are watching, but they're not. Most people are listening. You and Sam are joining me on Monday morning,
Yep, we are.
and we're going to go do some networking, which isn't my favoritist thing to do.
No.
Wait, what did you add? One out of sort of 0 to 10, how do you find networking?
I quite enjoy talking to people. I don't mind and like when it's stuff I know about, I don't mind it. I'm gonna make some pretty sick looking reports for us to give them.
Oh yeah.
I've been excited about that. So
Spreadsheet, Anna.
spreadsheet, yep. Anyway, no, I think that it will just be good to get in a room and talk to the people that we email. You know,
It's a challenging part of the business because lots of businesses have pulled themselves back into Australia, and so we don't have lots of boots on the ground anymore. And we want to do all this fun stuff, but it's kind of you're right, it's kind of hard. So
I'm excited to go. I'll go shopping too while we're in Melbourne.
you could take me shopping because I don't have any fashion. Like I'll pay for me, but you can. No, okay, cool. If you're not watching, Anna's disgusted by that idea. Oh, yeah, I feel everybody 35 right now.
I don't need to give my boss fashion advice. That's what you have a daughter for.
Yeah, but she won't let me buy anything.
Really?
Nah, she doesn't like anything I pick.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be wearing fucking boob tubes and short shorts if Indy was if Indy was.
It's like, have you considered eyeliner?
Yeah, she probably would. She puts eyeliner on our 2-year-old son. Just for a gaff. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, so
Tom's in a down week.
Well, I was taking a down week and then sickness forced my hand. It's just part of training, isn't it? It's kind of shit because it was going pretty well, but
Tom, it's as we'll highlight. It's important for your longevity as an athlete.
See, I think a down week. A planned down week is, but when it turns into a sickness down week, you're actually not really like resting.
Isn't that the thing though? When you start, you like let your body recover, and it's like, bam!
Yeah,
I've been sick this whole time, bitch.
I don't know. It's just it's the change of seasons, and we work in retail, and there's a lot of people that are coming in and coughing and sputtering, and it just
certain stuff.
It's hard to it's hard to avoid sometimes, and unfortunately, when you're trying to train at a high level, your immune system's a little bit shot, so just takes a little.
I have been known to go work in the mall.
Yeah.
Where's Emma? She's not coming in today. Would you
that's
classify
valid
yourself as a germaphobe?
Oh yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, like sorry.
Anyways, but I think rest is important. Like planned rest is also important because it allows your body to soak every bit of that training up and kind of make those adaptations that you wouldn't normally be able to do if you just keep hammering away at.
Do you reckon that's what the worst thing most athletes are? Most athletes are. That's their worst. Like,
oh yeah, most athletes, like high performance athletes, are OCD and they have to train. Like it's their routine, it's their out, and it's an addiction for most of them.
If I didn't run, I'd be a drug addict.
Yeah.
Tom's like, yeah, I've known you for a decade.
I mean, I literally like get sick of not doing stuff after probably 24 hours. So it is hard, but it is, I think, important.
And it's good for you, like, to have a mental break from pushing yourself, I think.
Yep.
And
even though it's tricky, it's like, it's challenging and it's good for you to have, force yourself to have coping strategies outside of just high performance sport.
Yeah. I've been doing a bit of work with someone. They call that sport identity.
Yeah.
This transition, someone that has had a lot of forced rest is our good friend Dylan McCulloch. And Buddy just decided to come back and dominate in China after 18 months of being injured. So people that don't know, I think he deserves a bit of credit because Dill was selected for the Olympics in Paris as a bit of a domestique-esque kind of athlete for Hato, knowingly going in with a bit of an injury, pulled out a crazy race on the day, still finished, I think, in the top 30.
And famously, like, he went back and pulled Toad Hayden up on the bike, which was arguably...
Selfish act.
Yeah, very selfless of Dylan to do and help Hayden have the day too.
Yeah.
That we knew that Hayden could have.
Unfortunately, that effort did lead to a prolonged time on the sideline. And anyone that knows high performance sport, 18 months is a hell of a long time to miss.
Like so
racing.
so many people would just be like, right, this is my time to put up the boots.
it was just more or less like coming back, thinking he was back, and then something else playing up, and the same thing just led like over and over. Dealt with an Achilles issue, but he was back on the start line in China last week. And typical Dylan fashion, led from start to finish, as he did in his last race 18 months ago. So yeah, that was pretty epic to see him lead the swim, lead the run, then lead the bike, and then lead the run. So that's got to be good for his confidence, knowing that he can still compete.
And he went he did the bike solo.
Yeah,
just to clarify, because he had a gap out of the water and then bike solo, and then he didn't run like incredibly quick, but I think that he didn't have to.
Yeah.
So,
in my ignorance about triathlon is it's quite hard to stay away on the bike, because of the
100%.
courses, and then you have a group, and because it's drafting, it's draft legal, so to stay away is most of the time you would see a pack like that catch up, right? Like, so it definitely he's got a huge engine.
Yeah, and like the injury that he had actually stopped him from riding and swimming for quite a long time. And obviously running was the thing that was last to come to the party. So yeah, it's cool to see that he's back in shape, and hopefully we'll have a successful season. And speaking of success, another one of our shop friends, Mr. Pithy. I know it's not running related, but
he
deserves some credit.
He's a GC.
He was GC.
He was, yeah.
At the Tours de Dunkerque, 4 Days of Dunkerque, took home the GC win, which is outrageous. Actually winning the first stage, and then proceeding to come down, place in the top 10, I think, in the next 3 stages, which is a crazy result for him. I think long awaited. He's always had the potential. It's just with these big cycling teams, you often end up riding for someone else. But obviously taking the first stage, he was in the driver's seat, and they managed to keep him there, and he kept himself there, which is unreal to see. Just more Kiwis doing big things on the big stage.
Shout out to his dad who come got a pair of shoes on Sunday.
Yeah, big Ronnie. He's off to Europe again for some more bike touring, and came and bought some shoes before heading away. But yeah, it is cool to see these guys that, you come home and you train with them week in, week out, and then they go over and do these crazy results on the big world stage.
Yeah, what are we doing with our lives, Tommy?
Well, we have to work.
True. Damn it.
There's a big difference there. Someone who is working hard again to get back into shape is old Mr. Ruth. Announced this week that he will no longer aim to compete in the Com Games, and will opt for the World Juniors, which just gives him more time to get healthy, which I think is a wise idea.
So what's the time difference between Com Games and...
Don't actually know. I think it's about a month and a bit.
Yeah.
But, it seems smart, and being so young and early on in his career, you've got to go to the wise heads there, and Mr. Kirkwood, and probably his old man, who made that decision a bit easier for him, I would say. Obviously being a young buck, he probably wanted to do both, and didn't realise, I guess, the severity of his injury. I think I watched a few of his YouTube channels, and yeah, he's just so fresh and raw to the sport. Like, it's a hard thing to cope with, I think, because obviously going out and playing soccer with your friends is a completely normal thing to do at 17 years old, but when you're one of the world's best runners, maybe going out and spending 2 hours in bare feet on some pretty hard grass might not be the wisest thing to do. So it's hard because you want, obviously, the fun and youth to still be on his side, but he probably does need to make some decisions that maybe stop him from doing those things because of the blessed position that he's in.
So definitely a double-edged sword, though, isn't it? Like,
you don't want to be too serious, but
you don't. Well, it's so hard. I guess hindsight tells me fucking use it while you've got it.
Yeah.
Because eventually it runs out.
Yep.
But then at the same time, you also don't want to resent it.
Yeah.
By the time you're 30 and be like, shit, I missed out on being a kid.
Yeah.
Like a teenager. Because you think of all those things that he probably won't get to do. or choose. Sorry, the opportunity cost. Like he choose not to do them.
Yeah.
Whether it's like social things or going out and playing football or like all the risk associated with going and doing those things when you're, I guess, really good.
Yeah.
Because you've got this amazing talent. It's not easy decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. But obviously, like, he's not a normal 16-year-old.
No, and that's so in lots of ways that those decisions have been taken away from him because he's so good.
Yeah.
But it's easy for us to say.
It's still recognising that it is not necessarily as black and white as just being like, I'll never do that with my friends, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've probably made the right choice.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though it would have been really hard.
Yeah.
But I think for him, he knows that he'll get back there.
Yeah.
When his time is right.
Yep.
And I guess the thing is sometimes you got to go slow to go fast. We talked about it last week, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to go slow to go fast. So.
And like this Games, it feels like less of a song and dance, like as the whole event as a whole, like,
It's a really good
you know,
point.
because it's quite a reduced capacity compared to what it normally is. So maybe that made the decision slightly easier, knowing that, it's a weird, like, it doesn't really feel like it's happening this year because it's showing up in such a different way to what it normally does.
No, I agree. And
Yeah.
I know we might talk about it later, but I'll talk about it now too. Like, I also feel like this enhanced game thing has, in lots of ways, tainted those like mass participated global show pieces for like multiple reasons. But I don't know. I think while it's entertainment, it's like entertaining to see if you let the lid off, if we could see better human performances, which we actually didn't. Like in lots of ways, I think it was only one swimming event, maybe. But it was just a sad day for sport. In my personal opinion, I felt like it was a sad day for sport because it removed human versus human, and even though we know, we've talked about it before, that probably at the highest level everyone's doing something they shouldn't, but it removed the smokes and mirrors of it, and I just felt like sport wasn't about competing. It became less about competing, even more so, and more about a spectacle, and it's like farcical. I don't know. I'd heard.
There's that.
It hurt.
There's that. But then also, did it shine light on
what's
going on at the moment?
100% it did.
Because again, back to my point a few weeks ago, yes, it's I don't endorse the whole event, but it has kind of possibly lifted the lid on what maybe we think is a fair and competitive ground to now proving that maybe it's not so fair.
Or it shows that the drugs don't fuck all.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
in terms of like, if you like, there's obviously responders and non-responders, but like either it shows that actually doing it doesn't make a massive difference. There's just more risk to human health.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe it's also like naivety for me, but I also think that it makes me feel better about the world if I take an innocent until proven guilty stance on that whole thing, because I think otherwise it feels quite challenging to deal with that, and that like not everyone has well, obviously not everyone has equal opportunities anyway because of situations you grow up in and stuff, but I think that it makes me feel more positive about the whole thing if I choose to believe that everyone is as they say
innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand it, and I understand why people might want it. Like there's a certain people out there, and I have nothing against those people. But for me, as a sport purist, where it was supposed to be, excuse the simplicity of my statement, man against man and woman against woman, in terms of like physiological, here's what I was born with, here's what I've decided I wanted to do, and here's how I've prepared for it with this amazing team I have around me. And then you throw in like this element, which is, I don't know. It feels gross. Honestly, I'll say it. I feel really fucking weird about it. I can't describe it.
Yeah.
I also feel weird that like the like sponsors behind it and stuff are like those people that are really into optimizing their, like one of the guys who was commentating is that dude who's like obsessed with optimizing his life so he can live as long as possible. Like he's effectively aging backwards, but the life that he leads to do that is like, I feel like kind of misses the whole point because he's constantly having to like wake up at ridiculous hours and like eat like perfect and like sleep perfect and have the perfect relationships and stuff like that. That kind of takes away the experience of life, and I feel like that kind of also talks to that, it kind of takes away from the human experience of competition and seeing what like limits can be pushed in yourself.
I also think the lack of world records showed you cannot replace the energy of a crowd. Like, and we can't forget collective energy. And like the goodwill's not the word, but Tom, you might have experienced
The optimism?
yeah, but no, it's like Tom might have experienced it maybe when you're in nitro. Like, I can't describe the feeling of like unconditional noise.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And
Is it euphoric?
Euphoric?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit euphoric, but it's you, like you become, oh, it's going to sound a bit fucking woo-woo, but you kind of become, like you have an out-of-body experience.
I feel like that's like,
Yeah, like you, the best way I could describe it is the first time I would have felt it would have been like maybe 2019 Christchurch Marathon or something like that, and like the street was lined a K and a half out from the finish, and Vossi and I were going like hell for leather at each other, and because it was kind of home court advantage, obviously I get a little bit more public support. Like I should not have beaten him, but you feel that like collective energy pushes you.
it's like electricity, right? Like it's like,
To another level, and
Yeah.
like, and obviously with the Enhanced Games, like there wasn't really those big Olympic stadium crowds, and even being in the stadium for Grecia winning that the 10K, like the crowd got him that last 40 meters because they saw what was happening, and you just can't. I don't know. You just can't replace that. The feeling that an athlete gets when you have 80,000 people willing you.
That in itself, that the feeling or there 100% is a physiological change that happens with that kind of adrenaline. So that alone is a drug in itself, but it's obviously produced naturally. But yeah, 100%. Like you can't
manufacture it.
You can't. Yeah, you can't build it. It's something that happens due to, I guess, the love of the sport. And where you're racing, like that nitro event, I've never felt any. I think it breaks down the doors between training and racing.
Yep.
And what
atmosphere.
It's what makes racing, and people can respond to it, or some people don't. Like we talk about all the time, you have trainers and races. Some people can go out and put themselves so deep into a hole in workouts, but for some reason they can't go to that next level in a race. And then there's the opposite. Some people just can't train. They need that added atmosphere to get that extra bit out of them. And yeah, you're right. Like the setup at the Enhanced Games was pretty cool. It was in the Las Vegas Strip, but it was just scaffolding each side, like a few like streamers and social media people that rocked up to watch it and kind of hype it up. And this is gonna sound funny, but the biggest winner of them all was bloody Fred Curley. Because he went out there non-enhanced.
Yeah.
So obviously it was tested and had no drugs in his system and won the damn thing.
Yeah.
So he just went out there, got himself probably the biggest prize money he'll ever get in a race.
If they pay it out.
Yeah. And was like, how I'm going to take on these guys that are openly on juice. I'm cool with that. Give me my $250,000.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Yeah.
And he backed himself to win against guys knowingly they were on steroids, and was like, yeah. His interview was hilarious. Afterwards, like, you're going to have to do better. You're going to have to do more. Like, I've just proved that I can go beat you when you're taking everything under the sun. And I've just taken your money, basically. Like, he just had a heist. from
It
Las
was-
Vegas.
It was funny though because we were watching it on Monday,
Yeah.
and then they had like 4 false starts
Yeah.
in the 100-meter sprint. Like they had like technical issues or something, and the gun like kept on
the
like
blocks weren't.
yeah
working
something
too
was
well.
like happening, and so they started like 4 times, and then
Yeah, I think it
Anyways.
just for me it just loses the. It'll be the last thing I say about it, but just it loses what sport is, and sport's like art, and it's like the theatre, and it's like music. Like it's there to bring a whole bunch of collective energy together to enjoy like the pinnacle of a human. Whether you're going and listening to someone play the piano, which is fucking incredible, or you're going to a museum in France or Rome or whatever, and you're seeing someone who was,
just feels like humanity, does it?
it's
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
and when you turn it into nothing but basically like dog betting, it's not what sport is supposed to be. Feels wrong.
No.
But anyway, that's just my opinion.
Anyways,
So
Tom,
we might lose some
Tom,
followers, so fuck it.
this morning you walked into work and were telling us about the new World Athletics.
Oh,
the World Champs standards.
Should we just call
World
this
Athletics World Champs, yeah.
Should we just call this episode 104 a rant?
Well, that's
A running
I
rant?
mean, hey, these guys are just giving us stuff to rant about, so
Let's
we
go.
may as well,
May as well rant, baby.
because what the hell?
Yep.
I think we talked about this maybe over a year ago, and it was a similar kind of situation where world rankings had come out and the times were ridiculous. And now they've just gone and said, let's just make it even harder for everyone to qualify. And sorry, I'm just looking up these ridiculous standards they've come to the party with. But yeah, for the longest time, World Champs was a qualifying time based event. You had to hit standards to be able to compete, and it was pretty black and white. Like if you didn't hit the standard, you weren't getting selected. Then they offered up world ranking points, which made it a lot more attainable for a wider range of people, which I thought was a great idea because it encouraged competition. It encouraged people to race more than they would often race, which I think is good for the sport because it's more like viewing. You get many more events and big names showing up to events. And again, going back to competition, it just fueled competition because people needed the points to go to these world champs. And now I feel like they've kind of taken a step back because they've put more pressure again on standards. It's now a 60-40 split. 40% will come from times, 60% via rankings, which I think was, don't quote me on this, but I think it was 70-30 the other way. And yeah, I don't know about these rankings, man. These times are ridiculous. Like,
Can you give us some examples?
yeah, so the men's 800, and to be fair, this event has been the event that we've seen the most progression
Yep.
in over the last few years. But it's gone from 144.5 down to 143. So a second and a half faster.
So as a percentage, that's massive.
It is huge.
Yeah.
And especially over that distance as well is ridiculous. These are just the distance events alone I'm going to read out. 1,500, 333 down to 330.
So we'd have no one?
Currently, yeah, no one.
No one.
No one with the standard.
How many guys of ours have run under 330?
I think only Willis.
Yeah, okay.
New Zealand record.
Yep.
So we're going back to the whole breaking national records. 8:15 down to 8:08.
So that's 3K steeplechase.
Yeah, 7-second drop. Yeah, this might be the most
What's Geordie
ridiculous
run?
one. Like 8:12 or
Okay.
8:10 or something. 5K has gone from 13:01, which was already ridiculous, and already 4 seconds under the New Zealand record, has now dropped to 12:50.
Holy moly.
So 11-second drop in time. So see you later to half of the field because there is not many people that have run 12:50 or under 12:50 in the world in history. There might be 30 tops.
Yeah.
And half of those are from 20 years ago. The 10K was already 27 flat, is now 26:48. And the marathon, they've taken 30 seconds off and dropped it to 2:06. So the marathon has had the, least progression
this year.
Yeah, which is crazy because it is an event that we've seen
That
a
arguably
lot
has had the
of
most.
progression.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just ridiculous. And similar drops with the women's. Actually, they've pretty much made them the same.
Like
Apart from
proportionate.
proportion. Whereas actually, just looking at it briefly, they've added some time to the women's 10K. They've added 20 seconds, but they've also taken 14 seconds off the 5K, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Doesn't math, man.
Yeah, and then only 10 seconds off the marathon now. So 2:23:20 instead of 2:23:30. There were some big drops in the sprint events too. But yeah.
So they're shooting for, I mean, obviously people are going to get on ranking and
Yeah.
it's going to make that harder because people are going to position themselves differently and you're not going to want to, you're not going to see the world 1 and 200 meter race each other because they'll be scared of losing points.
Yeah.
Like they're going to pick and choose. Managers are going to be managing big time.
Wait, so 40% is based on time and 60. And what's it currently?
Well, I think it was 70-30 though.
Okay.
Yeah. So
70-30 rank, 70 ranking, 30 time. Okay.
Yeah, but then it's 60, 40 and 40% now become on average, what, like 10% harder?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
So it's
yeah.
even harder now.
so
And-
less people are going to,
Be able to run
we're
the times.
pulling from a smaller pool. Yeah.
So it changes the dynamic of someone's season big time because now if you're a big enough name and you've got the times, like you're going to be pretty selective about what races you want to do and either get the qualifying time if you're in shape, or you go for the other approach and you just race as many times as you can, which will be the majority, I think, because the times are so far out of reach.
Yeah. But it also means that like those very top people in the sport are going to race less, and then it's like the whole spectator thing. Like, yeah.
It's taking away the competition again, which I don't think is great. And the other big note to that was you can no longer qualify via indoor times for outdoor world champs, which I think is great because, as we know, indoor is a very controlled environment, and a lot of people's qualifying times for events come from indoor track races, which just isn't the same. Like
It's a different kettle
It's
of
a bit
fish.
like getting
Yep.
selected for the All Blacks by playing touch
yeah, essentially
in the summer.
Yeah. Like it's a different environment. We've already talked about environment today, but it's a different setting. And there are, like we see every year at Boston, people run ridiculously fast times and use those times to qualify, which again encourages them to compete less outdoors because they've already got the time. So it is. It's big for the world of track and field. I don't know if it's taking a step back or taking a step forward. I guess
we'll
time
just
will
have
tell.
to watch the space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see people either choose their battles or just go hell for leather and compete in everything.
Yeah.
But who knows? It's a wild time to be in the sport of track and field.
Before we finish up with track and field, we better talk about Oceania Champs
Yes.
that were happening up in Darwin,
Yeah.
which seems like a long way away.
Darwin,
Well,
wow, that is a long way.
When you think of Aussie, you think, oh, it's just over the ditch, and you go Darwin. It's
No.
like the difference between England and the south of Spain.
Yeah, it is
it's in the top of the Northern Territory, right?
yeah.
And it looked.
And Australia is huge. Like when you actually think about it. Like when I went to Perth, I was like, what do you mean it's going to take 6 hours to get from Sydney to Perth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all land,
Yeah.
which is fucking wild.
Yeah.
But we had a number of our friends over there competing. I'd just like to say Athletics New Zealand should give Toby Tasker a better fitting top. They stitched him up with that photo.
Yeah.
They stitched him up. He ran the steeplechase.
Yeah.
The finish line photo of him is just, like, it looks like he's got a crop top on. He's a tall man.
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
looks like he's got a,
Size guides on those signals weren't very accurate.
and you've got here, they weren't the big hitters of last time.
No.
Timing, want, desire, cost.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what it was. Like, it was interesting to see. To be fair, the distance events predominantly in the past haven't been super stacked with big names. For unknown reasons, like it kind of goes back to our previous conversation about points. Oceania is a big points event for Aussie and New Zealand especially, but we didn't see the the kind of big hitters show up from Australia. We obviously had our national champ there, Toby Golter, and ran what looked like to be a workout kind of intensity.
Do you think it's that same problem we have here? Is when they put it in Darwin for us would be the equivalent of putting nationals in Kaitaia. It's
it is a hard spot.
Fucking hard to get to.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there was still some pretty impressive results. Aidan Murphy running like a 44.4, taking a second and a half off his PB in the 400, winning the 200 as well from Australia. So he was probably their biggest name in terms of sprint pedigree. We had Tian in the sprints show up. We had Zoe obviously dominate again with an 11 second flat. But yeah, there was overall, it looked like New Zealand sent a big team and there was some pretty solid results across the board. But again, Darwin just being the play, how difficult it is to get to. I think you lose some of those big names that maybe would have turned up if, say, it was in Sydney.
Do you think too, being a Com Games year, not far away?
Yeah.
Some of those guys are probably coming off a break in base phase.
Yeah, it is hard to know what everyone's season's looking like. And now, obviously, with the World Champ standards and what they've released today, maybe they were in the know before that and chose not to do that event for particular reasons. But, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit out of loop in terms of the track and field world and how many points you can get from certain events like this, whether it's worth the risk, risk-reward ratio is a little bit off. But it was cool to see New Zealand sending a big team. I feel like they're doing a good job of that now when events are hard to come by and singlets are hard to get.
Even better to see them all in black singlets.
Yeah, 100%. It's cool that they've kind of dropped that stupid grey, white, silver singlet.
Yeah, I got one of each colour now.
Yeah, singlet rule. Yeah, so that is cool to see that everyone's getting the chance to wear the black singlet on the big stage.
And more locally, we had if you're watching on YouTube, Anna had to duck out because she's due at a physio appointment as she battles back from a hip injury. So you're not imagining things we haven't just.
We've lost someone.
We've lost Anna. She hasn't been disappeared or mugged or gagged or. We're not suppressing her voice or editing her out. She has actually wandered off to go disappeared off to get her hip checked on. Locally, we had our Friday Night Lights.
Yes.
So here's the thing.
Here we go.
Here's the thing. That event has so much potential.
Yep.
So for those people that aren't familiar with the Harriers kind of cross country season, it kind of starts in April with the Daniel Rees Memorial Hagley Relays, and then goes through until our Governors Bay Littleton, maybe the last one, or national 10K road champs, national road relays, and then towards the end of October, the start of October. And so Friday Night Lights was kind of came from a concept from the Whippets running club, running project, where they did their night cross in Auckland for a couple of years, where Dan Donegan and the guys there just put on an amazing event. And for lots of reasons, that kind of fell over in the last couple of years. And so our idea about Friday Night Lights must be 3 years ago. We're sitting around the table, we're like, look, we should do a night cross country. It looks really cool up there. And then so we get on the phone to them, make sure it's okay. We'll call it something different. David Lee was involved down here, and myself and a couple others. And we kind of took this idea to the Athletics Canterbury Road and Cross Country Committee. And we were like, look, I think we should do this. Here's a pathway to making this a really big event that can be like a kind of a staple on the calendar. You can get community people there, but we'll base it around this elimination mile, a bit like your Nitro experience. And then we'll build some other races in and around it. We kind of had this plan set out, and that got squashed this year when we tried to make the entry fees ever so slightly more to be able to invest back. And we're not talking like $80, we're talking $8.
Yeah.
Like $8 more so that we could get some better gantry, set up the finish and start lines a little bit better, invest some coin. And they got kind of turned down, which was a real shame. The concept is amazing. So the elimination race, I think, kind of has 16 odd people in it, 18 odd people in it. After every lap, you lose 4 people until you get to your final lap. The winner takes home some cash. And then you had a kind of like a junior race and a kids race and some Masters 4K. And it just has so much potential.
It really does. It really does. And we have the resources at our disposal to make it a big event. But unfortunately, some people are denying that.
It's like, and I think they do a wonderful job. I don't know why we're gatekeeping it.
Yeah.
It's to the point now where like my frustration is, fuck it, we'll just do one.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, hey, we've got a pretty big name that is joining the fold in terms of marketing that we could absolutely use and to our disposal and make this event what it should be.
you talking about Nike?
No.
Nike Nightcross?
No.
Oh, baby.
Well, I mean, that could work, yeah, for sure.
Nike Nightcross. What were you thinking?
Some wings, maybe.
Oh. Yeah, I've got to have that discussion.
Yeah.
We'll keep that one quiet.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, we can do both of those things.
Yeah. I think it's got the potential to be massive, and I
I'd
don't
totally
know.
forgotten about that.
I don't know why we don't like. Yeah, I agree. I don't know why certain members of Athletics Canterbury want to stop it from growing into an event that it could be. Like even this event looked pretty. Like there was a lot of numbers. There was good turnout. Make it huge. Make a big deal of it. Have a big crowd. Have the music, the lights, the attention it deserves, and open it up to anyone who wants to come have a go. Like we need to stop gatekeeping events for, I think, registered athletes only. I think these smaller events that aren't bound to like a Canterbury title or a South Island title or a national title, and make it free for all. We have so many run clubs in Christchurch and across New Zealand that would jump at the chance to get in amongst and test themselves against some cross-country runners. You got High Rocks people that would probably love the idea.
Basically, is a High Rocks.
Yeah, it literally, yeah. It's got all the potential in the world, but yeah, we might have to
I would have thought ourselves.
get our thinking caps on and rebrand.
I've already decided it's a yes.
So there you go.
We're
You
on.
heard it here first. Next year might be a difference.
We can't call it Night Cross and we can't call it Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
So we'll come up with something else.
But yeah,
The Nightmare.
we do have a fun new comparison. Well, I guess.
Yeah, we've been shocking on doing those.
Yeah, well, this could be a designated soulmate segment because Brooks have kind of done it for us in terms of just updating or tweaking ever so slightly their Go 17 with their Go 18.
Yep.
Sometimes I don't mind this idea because they have a good shoe and they tweak it slightly, kind of listen to some of our feedback. Obviously, it hasn't gone through all the way to USA, but funny how the things that have changed in this are things we would probably have changed from 17. But obviously, if you're looking at it, the first obvious change is the upper. It's a lot more comfortable. I found it way more slipper-like. They've redesigned the mesh. It is slightly more breathable. The tongue is probably the biggest thing that has changed, I would say, and it's amazing what a comfortable tongue can do.
Bro, I'm clipping that.
It's getting
I
clipped.
did that. As soon as I
That's
said that,
getting
I did it come out wrong.
I'm
but
using that as a voiceover for when Maya sniffing a shoe.
it is great. Like it generally makes the shoe feel 10 times more comfortable on foot. Yeah. So they've said it's a softer, flat knit pillow tongue design for better comfort over the top of the foot. And we know that pressure points across the top of the foot are something that can make or break a purchase.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that with the heel counter being a little slightly I don't know, softer, but the design feels more comfortable to me.
Well, it's not as hooked as well, so you're not
Yeah.
going to get that kind of bite back into it. So for people that don't know about the Brooks Ghost line, where do you position this particular model?
It's your trusted daily trainer. It's nothing special. It's not going to make you feel like a world beater on your Monday jog. But what it will do is it will provide comfort and trusted, I don't know, durability.
Yeah, durability. I think for me, like, it's the last of a dying breed.
Yeah, yeah.
And one thing I'll always give Brooks credit for is trying to have something for everyone.
Yeah.
It makes it really hard to range.
Yeah.
Because you could have 25 SKUs on the shelf because they're trying to do everything for everyone. But I think this is still important. This like slightly firmer, lower stacked, flexible forefoot, decent. Like, I think one of the things that I'm concerned about at the moment is the softness of the midsoles and then the laterals, so the outside of the shoe, degradation. So people are just squashing the outsides of shoes and they're becoming unstable or creating almost that bow-legged like effect. So this is that slightly firmer, good structure, stable, neutral, wide midfoot gauge. Like that for me it's the kind of quintessential old school neutral running shoe.
It makes it super versatile, I think. Like, the tread coverage is insane. It's almost like a gravel shoe. You could take this pretty much anywhere in Christchurch, I want to say. But what it does allow, I think, with the foam and the last that it sits on, as we see it, is a great shoe for like gym workouts. It's not just a runner. It can be used for your high intensity workouts, like your HIIT classes. I think it works well. Great high rock shoe. You can probably lift in it. It's a nice, solid, stable base. So it can do pretty much anything. Again, it's not a world beater, but you need these shoes in the market because not everyone can run in a super critical foam or a super responsive,
stacked,
super
compliant,
stacked,
soft.
It has its place in the market, and they do a good job of it. Like it's comfortable, looks nice. A great.
Does it stay at 10 mil?
Tweak. Yep. So the midsole remains the same DNA loft. V3, same 10 mil stack.
10 mil drop. Yeah, 10
mil drop. Literally basically they've kept the sole the exact same and
it's got like a nice little sort of
re-engineered the
posterior heel bevel. It's not posteriorly flared. It's going to be good for walking as well.
Yeah.
So it's for someone, like you're doing a couple of days a week of running, a couple of days a week of walking.
Yeah.
Like it's just solid and reliable.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's unfun, but I don't mean that in a bad way. Like it's just, I think you're right. You're going to get your 800K out of it. Yeah. It's going to fit well. Like I'd agree with you. Like 17, the fit was a bit off.
Yeah.
Compared to 16.
Yeah.
And then definitely the way that they've kind of re-engineered the fit and the patterns of the upper. I don't think people understand how hard it is to make an upper. Like I think because we concentrate so much on
the sole
chemistry and midsole material.
Yeah.
And actually, like, there's more upper touching your foot than you are landing on midsole, and the in-foot feel because of the sensory overload, I guess, of getting into a shoe. If the upper's not comfortable, the shoe will feel uncomfortable. It's nothing to do with the cushioning. So bend points, flexibility points, structure on top, when you, like you said, doing a HIIT class or turning a corner, like how does that upper hold on to you in a non-restrictive way but in a supportive way? So I want to say it goes to 300.
Yes.
I wasn't very prepared for this because I fly to Melbourne tomorrow. I'm sorry. Look, I think it's it's an unbelievably important shoe. It's almost the most important shoe because we need something here in this category for people. It's like this and Pegasus. I can't think of any others.
No.
Off the top of my head.
No, they're kind of the last of a dying breed, but they need to stay around.
Yep. Lower stack, 10 mil pitch.
Yeah.
Kind on Achilles.
Yep.
Holds an orthotic. Running and walking. Like
premium upper.
Yeah, premium as hell upper. $300, like it is starting to creep.
Yeah.
But look, everything's kind of creeping. So before we sign off for the week,
Won't really matter because I probably would have pulled entries down, but I might leave them for one more day. Winter Grind entries will close. I'm going to put this out tomorrow, Thursday, which will be the 28th of May. Holy heck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
5 months into the year, almost 6.
My son's going to be 2. Jesus. No, so yeah, I'll close these off. So people who are listening to this on Thursday, the 28th, they will close tonight. So if you'd like to join us, we had some really great entries come through in the last week. So I appreciate that community support. Heaps of initiatives, ASICS shoes to give away, features, socks, weekly challenges. And the whole idea is you see how far you can run in the month of June. Comparing yourself to other people in the community as a kind of little in-community competition, fun competition. Just to maybe just help you get out the door. And
0 degree mornings make it tough.
Yeah. And yeah, just be kind of a fun thing to do. And then we always have a bit of a party kind of a week after the month finishes and a get together, which I'm going to try and organise here at Authenticity Coffee with Bink and Ribthorn. That's a people who don't live in Christchurch probably have no idea about that little.
Oh, well, they do now.
They do now. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I think that's all from me. You will hear from us next week. The podcast will probably be late. I do not plan on coming to work on Thursday next week. Because we fly in at midnight.
Take your time, mate.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
It'll be a
little bit of
Friday.
rest.
It'll be a Friday, and we have a whole bunch of wrap up. Obviously, Launceston wrap up. Oh, I tell you what, we didn't talk about, which we should talk about very briefly, is the Selwyn Marathon this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Now, ignorance is that my phone's over there on charge, so I don't know exactly what the start list is, but I know our two good friends, Andy Good and Aristus, are both running the marathon.
Oh, nice.
It's a really good course.
Yeah.
Like, it's dead flat out, and for those people that don't know Christchurch very well, like it's kind of out in Taitavi, which is basically just dead flat straight roads.
Yeah, I hear they made a really good effort at making these courses certified this year as well.
Yeah, they're AIM certified. The only hard part is it does have a kilometre of gravel. But in fairness, I would take 8 corners with 1K of gravel than 30 corners with no gravel. I don't know, like what you feel about that, but that's how I kind of feel about that. So
I agree.
So we'll report back on how that goes, but good luck to everyone who is having a run this weekend, whether it be Selwyn or other places. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Special shout out to Vossi and Jack Moody who kicked ass in Hawke's Bay. Vossi backing up from Rotorua.
Yeah.
That's fucking savage.
Typical boss thing to do.
Yeah, it took me 3 months just to want to walk again.
Yeah.
Let alone 3 weeks.
Man,
and he ran the half in the middle. He ran the waterfront half in the middle.
Yeah.
Bro's got some serious dad strength coming
Man
out.
loves a race.
After his firstborn son, rocks up. Pop culture. That was what I was looking for, the Ruben Thorne pop culture.
Oh, there you go.
Social, local pop culture reference.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Have a great week. Hey team, Oska here. You're listening to Run Spesh, our weekly running specialty podcast brought to you by the Frontrunner Colombo. We're here to keep you informed on all the latest in our sport, our own training updates, and an in-depth look at the newest footwear entering the market. Consider this a slightly chaotic, banter-filled hour designed to keep you company during one of your runs. As New Zealand's running specialty destination, Frontrunner Colombo is here for every runner. Whether you need technical advice, nutrition tips, or a quick pep talk, our philosophy is simple. No runner left behind. Myself, Tom, Anna, and Maya appreciate you joining us and enjoy the app.